Hi, I'm Faisal. I'm the driver coach for Formula 4 SEA this weekend. So as we can see, the top three cars has left the pit lane. They are doing their sighting lap, where they will then go to the grid and stop in their positions.
Quick test of the start procedure, and then they'll have a formation lap where they can warm up the tires and get the car ready for the event.
So for this grid position is determined by the race results from race 2. What happened is in race 2, was won by Hugo De Wiel from Belgium. Second was Daniel Chow from China. Third was local boy Kane Shepherd from Thailand, followed by Malaysian Nazim Azman, Philippines Ben Grimes, Sasakorn Chaimongkol of Thailand, and also Sam Grimes from Philippines.
And I believe that's a 50% reverse grid, right?
Yes, so for this race 3, Hugo, Daniel, and Kane, the top 3 will be in reverse position. So pole position will go to Kane Shepherd. He'll start from the left side of the circuit on the grid. So Daniel Chow will be in second position, followed by Hugo De Wiel.
Followed by Nazim Azman from Malaysia in car number 17, Ben Grimes from the Philippines in 19, Sasakorn Chaimongkol, or Qatar as his friends call him, car number 45 from Thailand, and Sam Grimes in 7th from Philippines, the younger the Grimes brothers.
Yes, the Grimes brothers from Philippines at 18 years old and 20, I believe.
I believe that's right.
Yeah. But
so, Faisal, on the sighting lap, what's in the driver's mind? What are they trying to achieve?
this is right now where they check their cars. You can see some of them weaving, warming up the tires. So they're trying to get some heat in the tires. As you know, as Formula 4 Southeast Asia, they are using the same tires they use for race 1, 2, and 3. So there's some tire management going on. They must get it up to temperature because the last race was 3 hours ago. So they also will be doing maybe some gear shifting, testing their brakes, getting all warmed up before they reach the grid.
The weather conditions in Thailand this weekend have been a bit up and down. It's quite cold in the morning and it gets quite hot in the afternoon. Does that affect things?
Yes, we have a 10-lap race. However, for the first 2, maybe even 3 laps, it'll take some time to get some heat in the tire. So the drivers will be, I would say, tippy-toeing for the couple of laps. So that's where all their skills and talent will come in to control the cars.
Okay, we can see the drivers now lining up for their formation lap. So this is not the start of the race. The drivers form up and do a practice lap before starting the race in the next few minutes. So I believe the drivers are going to do a test start because these are all young drivers. They're all rookie drivers.
Hugo is the youngest one on the grid today. He's 15 years old and 2 months. Earlier, he was the youngest F4 race winner.
I think he's actually the youngest F4 driver in the world at the moment.
Is it at the moment? Okay, yeah. So youngest guy, pretty decent kid. He's from Belgium, so now they're gonna do a warm-up lap. You can see the green flag being waved. You can hear the revs climbing and some wheel spin. There you go. That's a practice start.
What's the start procedure? And does it have a clutch like a normal car, or is it? How does everything work?
Okay, these Formula 4, they have a pedal shift. There is a clutch. You release only to launch the car forward. But after that, when you're shifting gears, there's no clutch needed at all.
You always hear about this left foot braking and heel and toe. What does all that mean for the rest of us?
For the rest of us, okay. Everybody has 2 feet, right? So your right foot is always on the throttle, or the gas pedal, as some people call it. The left foot either on the clutch, or some of these guys are from karting. In kart racing, you're using your left feet to brake, hence left foot braking. For our Formula 4 cars, they use both. As at the start, for example, at the start procedure, they're holding the car in gear and also tapping on the brakes to keep the car from rolling.
Oh, so they have to have their one foot on the clutch and one foot on the brake as well, too.
Yeah, so it's basically 2 feet on 3 pedals.
So I think it's the same as F1, where the lights go 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yes.
5, and then everything goes out and the car starts.
So the 5 pair of red lights will go on. I think within 2 to 5 seconds, it will then switch off, and then that's when this race will start.
All right, great. Thank you, Faisal. So we'll just run through the starting grid first so everyone knows where we are. Kane Shepherd from Thailand in car number 3, the blue car at the front of the grid, is in pole position, followed by Daniel Cao of China in car number 55. Daniel made history, or Formula 4 history at the last event by becoming the first ever driver to win 2 consecutive event championships. They are followed by Hugo De Wiel from Belgium in 27, youngest F4 driver. Nazim Azman from Malaysia in car number 17, the blue car in the middle of the grid. Ben Grimes in number 19 from the Philippines, followed by in car number 45, and Sam Grimes, car number 33 from the Philippines, the younger of the Grimes brothers. The two Grimes brothers, they're aiming to be 1-2 this weekend, Faisal. You think they can manage it?
They're gonna have a tough fight because I can see Kane has started every race from the front row. So Kane seems to be aiming for a win, but he's not being able to pull the win yet. Daniel, from the previous race, lost out on the last lap to Hugo, so he himself also wants to go for a race win.
And in the last event, Ben came second in the event championship.
Yeah.
He almost stole it from Daniel. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do this weekend, how he competes against Kane and Hugo.
Hopefully they'll have a better start. Like Hugo, the past two races had a lot of wheel spin, so he lost off the ground, but he managed to make it up in the 10 laps. Hopefully for Bren, he'll have a better luck this time round.
Okay, so the green flag's being waved and the cars are in position for
So
the
let's
start
wait
of
for
the
the red
race.
lights.
I think we're about to go now any minute. We should see the red lights begin to come on any moment now. Faisal, what's going through these drivers' minds as they're waiting for the lights to come on? Is it
I'd say
what's it like?
their eyes are now on the turn one, and some of them are probably looking over their shoulders, so to speak, because they don't want to lose positions on the start.
So Paul is on the left side. Oh, I just see that the start delayed board has been put out. Faisal, so we see start delayed boards out there. We don't know quite what's happened yet. We'll get back to you in a moment when we figure everything out. But I can see that Paul is on the left side of the track. Oh, we have a marshal coming in now. He seems to be talking to the yellow car.
That should be Sam.
That should be Sam, yeah?
Actually, he's going to all the drives and putting up the race delay international hand
see.
signal. I think that's what he's doing.
Okay, so we can see that Paul is on the left side of the track. So what does that mean, Faisal? He's going to try and come inside at turn one, or what's his game plan, do you think?
Generally, turn one, I mean, in any circuit, the pole position is always on the opposite side of the direction of the corner. For example, now the first corner in Buriram is a right-hander, so pole position would be on the left, because that's where the racing line is. You take a wider entry, then you brake, downshift, and turn in. I believe turn one in the Formula 4 cars are taken in third gear, but it's a fairly high speed corner followed by the long straight. So they want to get their exit just about right, so they can gain as much speed as possible on the exit of turn one.
Okay, I see. So, I mean, do you think Daniel can take it away on the first lap? Because he's just edged in front the last two races, and then he builds a small gap over the.
Yeah. I spoke to him earlier after race 2. He said he did build up a gap, but towards the end of the race, he just got caught by Hugo. He said Hugo was just too fast on the final lap. I would say Daniel maybe pushed a bit too hard earlier, so I wouldn't say he wore out his tires, but probably gained too much heat, and he lost grip at turn 5, where Daniel got alongside and then took him at turn 8 on the final lap. It's a pretty impressive move actually by Hugo, considering it's also his first time here in Buriram.
I think it's Daniel's first time as well. He does have 2 years of experience though in Formula 4 beforehand.
But he's never raced here before.
But no, but this is I believe it's a new track to all the drivers except for Kane, who actually raced here last year as well.
Kane's speed on the first 2 races was decent. However, in both races he just somewhat gave away position at turn 5. Like earlier in race 2, he made it really easy for Daniel, give him much room, but he was racing very cleanly, but he could have maybe defended a bit better to my position from what I saw.
So if you were Hugo de Wilde, you were sitting. We can see the chief engineer there, Enrico, talking to Daniel Cow in the blue. Oh no, I'm sorry. That is
Hugo.
Kane Shepherd in the blue car at the front there. The mechanics are on the grid now. There's some kind of problem. So we're just waiting here to find out what the problem is. We can see Peter Thompson there just shaking hands with Kane. And the chief engineer walking down, making sure everyone's okay. See the red flag being waved there by the marshals. The event manager there and the chief engineer having a quick chat, trying to figure out what's going on. So we saw the red lights go out a moment ago, so we think they might be just testing something on the track. We're not sure what the problem is, but please bear with us and we'll be back in a few minutes. The marshal's still waving the yellow flag there, so we're just going to have to wait a few more minutes until everything is sorted out. Okay, I think everyone is off the track now. I cannot see any more yellow flags being waved. So I think that means, oh yes, the marshals are holding out a board now. Extra formation lap. So we're going to have one more formation lap. So what that means is the drivers get another chance to test their start, and we'll have to warm up the tires again because they've been sitting on the grid for a few minutes. So it'll be best to get the cars back up to temperature, get the tires back up to temperature, make sure everything's okay so that we don't have any false starts. Because with rookie drivers like this, it's safer to make sure everyone has a good start so there's no crashes, there's no accidents, anything like that. Okay, we can see that the green flag is being waved by the marshals now, and we can see that actually there's only 9 laps in this race now. I believe that the formation lap is going to reduce the number of total laps. Okay, the drivers are away for the second formation lap. And it looks like Sam Grimes for the Philippines has stalled on the grid. The marshals are coming to his aid now. Okay, I'm just rejoined now by Faisal, who has an update on the situation.
So there was some technical issue earlier, so now the race has been reduced to 9 laps. The drivers are now doing an extra formation lap, and I believe one of the Grime brothers has stalled on the grid.
Yes, that's Sam was stalled a moment ago. I can't see him right now. I don't have him on my feed, but I believe he's still stalled on the starting grid. So do you know what the problem was, Faisal? There was just a small problem with the lights.
Yeah,
was it?
they say there's a problem with the lights. Couldn't like all the 5 lights couldn't come on.
Okay, see, right.
Yeah, but they fixed it.
So we're having a second formation lap now, and the purpose of that is that the purpose of that is that the tires have gone off temperature, so we need to bring the cars back up to temperature.
Technically, yes. However, I think now it's going to affect the drivers a bit because they were already, raring to go earlier, and now they had an extra formation lap. So now, and they know they now have 1 last lap to do in the race. Especially Ben, who's way back there. He's probably hoping to catch up before the race starts itself.
So we were talking earlier about how Ugo just beat out Daniel on the last race because Daniel, we think he lost his tires a bit on the final lap. So I mean, we're 1 lap less now. Does that change things?
Somewhat. Also, right now it's a bit cooler than what we had earlier at 12. So now it's 3 p.m. Temperature has gone down a bit. However, there's still expensive very well.
Okay, the drivers are just taking their positions again. So this should be the starting grid now for the beginning of race 3.
I can see Ben is caught up. Was it Sam? That's Sam. Sorry, Sam is
Yeah,
caught
that's
up.
Sam there.
So now they're on the grid, correct positions.
Safety car taking its position at the end of the grid.
All right, the 5-second board has come on.
So
First red light. Here we go, the revs are climbing.
And the lights are out and they're away.
Oh, a great start from Kane Shepherd, but Daniel's bogged down. He's got
That
taken.
Nazim has been into second.
Wow.
Wow, that was an amazing start from Nazim.
Again, Ugo has probably got balked.
Oh, they're coming quite close there, that yellow car.
That's Ben and Ugo
Is
side
that
by
Ben and
side.
Ugo?
Strange line by Kane there. Nazim's taking a very defensive line into turn 3.
Nazim fought to second in the first corner. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
He had a great start, great start.
Oh, Ugo might make a move here. He still might have it. No, Nazim's just kept him outside.
And Daniel's got taken over Ben's position. Daniel's up to 4th. Daniel lost a lot badly just now at the start. Too much wheel spin probably.
Ben's already building a bit of a lead there. Seems to have really gotten away. Had a great start. Coming around now.
It's Kane's reaching turn 5. Let's see, is it Nazim or Ugo taking race? Nazim and Ugo. They're going wheel to wheel now.
But Daniel's just behind him. He might be able to make advantage of this.
Right now, Daniel, yes. If Nazim's being too defensive, Daniel will catch up. Yep, he's caught up to Ugo.
What happened to Ugo back? How did he get back into last place? Did anyone notice that?
Ugo from 3rd.
No, I'm sorry. That is Curtis Asicon in last. Ben building up a bit of a lead now in front.
Kane's go opened up a 1.9 second lead after 1 lap. Impressive. Hopefully he keeps it up this time. Ugo's got into Nazim's slipstream.
Nazim and Ugo there coming into corner 2. Is it going to be a move? Oh, Daniel's coming out.
Great defense by Nazim.
So Kane is still out in front. Nazim and Ugo again. Daniel very close behind. How can Daniel take advantage of this fight, Faisal? What can he do to get up ahead of both of the drivers?
Well, Nazim and Ugo now they're fighting for position. So you can see they now try and get alongside each other. That's when they're actually holding each other up.
So
And Daniel's coming right up to Ugo's back. Ah, Cutter's made up a position on Sam. Okay, Nazim open slight gap there. And now the last straight before the last corner.
Okay, Faisal, we're into the second or third lap now. So at what point does it become... Is Nazim still charging for Ben, or sorry, for Kane, or is he's fully defensive?
Nazim now has the toughest job because he's trying to chase Kane, obviously. However, he has to make sure he doesn't give too much room to Ugo if Ugo gets up alongside to attack him for position. So you can see he's adjusting his line somewhat, not to make it easy for Ugo towards turn 2. And now they're approaching the happy at turn 3. It's very wide entry front. There you go.
So is there any chance the drivers at the back of the grid can take advantage of this fight? Because it must be bringing everybody together.
Yeah, you can see that bunching up a bit. And Sam and Ben, together with Kata, has already caught up to Daniel. What's the gap now? Daniel's just...
2.1 seconds behind.
Yep. So they're all within a second of each other, and is given an advantage to Kane. He's now opened up a lead of 2.1 seconds over Nazim. Carter's now right on behind Ben Grimes.
Oh, Daniel ran wide a little bit there, and the car behind him following suit as well. But Nazim and Ugo, they're still together. They haven't. They've been fighting this entire race so far.
Daniel's got to up his game. He can gain, but he can't go running wide and losing the time.
Oh, number 17 then, Nazim has been running very wide on the final corner of the circuit.
As you know, this circuit has got plenty of tarmac runoff, so the drivers have been informed not to exceed the white lines. You can keep 2 wheels on the circuit, it's good, but if all 4 wheels go beyond the white lines, then the race director will penalize them 10 seconds.
So where's the best place for Ugo to make an overtaking opportunity here?
He seems to be trying for this turn 3, but Nazim's taking a very defensive entry, so he's got to find another path.
If you were Daniel, what would you be thinking now? Where can Daniel make up, a tenth just to catch them and get back in this fight?
He's got to keep it clean, not to be too distracted by Ben behind him, and he's got to keep his focus up. Put it this way, those 2 orange cars in front of him is a carrot dangling him for him to chase.
So in the last event, it was Daniel Cow followed by Ben Grimes as the event champions, and Kane Shepherd was in 3rd, I believe. And now we see Kane at the head of the grid. Do you think he has a chance at winning in the overall event championship?
Kane's been doing pretty well this weekend. I could see during practice, during qualifying, he's been always in the top 3. He needs to string it all together for the 10 or 9 lap race to maintain his position. Like in the previous race 2, he lost the position early from first. He went to 2nd within the first lap. This time around, he's opened up a big gap thanks to Nazim and Ugo dicing it out for position 2.
So we have 5 laps left in this race, and we'll be bringing you race 4 at the end of the day, 5:30 as well. But before that, Faisal, what's happening now? We're halfway through. Where's everyone's mind at? What's going on?
Depending on your position. For Kane, he's got to keep it consistent. You can see his last lap and the current lap should be within a few tenths of each other. However, for Nazim, trying to close a 1.6 second gap is still doable.
I just saw, Faisal, that Nazim just set the fastest lap at
yeah,
1:42.825.
He just went.
That's 3/10 fastest than the leader of the race at the moment. So it looks like he's catching back up to Kane.
You're right. He's now 1.6 seconds behind Kane.
Udo following closely, 2 seconds behind. So do you think this is now everyone's starting to settle in their positions? Do you think there's going to be any big
Someone
changes?
just locked up. I believe Carter just locked up, trying to take Ben at turn 5. Yeah, they're now side by side. Carter and Ben. Exiting turn 7 side by side. Let's see their position now. The yellow car and orange car just behind at the top of the screen. Ben's just taken his position back from Carter. He must try to move the turn 5 just now.
So Sam is at the back of the grid. Do you think he's having problems, or he didn't get his tires warming up in the formation lap? Or what's going on?
Right now, I would say he should focus on the car in front and keep it clean, because the 2 of them are dicing. He's just closed up the gap, and they're still catchable. We've still got 4 laps to go.
Yeah, that's right. 4 laps.
Daniel's pretty comfortable right now. He's leading. He's behind them by 2 seconds, and he's about 2 seconds in front of Ben Grimes.
But you can see that he is starting to fall back from 2nd and 3rd there.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of a gap back to the final 3 drivers.
I can see that Carter makes up time
Sorry,
exiting
just
the
briefly,
hairpin.
Faisal. I just noticed that Nazim just did a 1:42.59 this lap, which means he's now only 1.3 seconds
seconds.
behind. So he is, as you said, he's catching up. There's still
catching up to-
time. He
I
might be
think-
able to take Kane.
Yeah, I think what Nazim is doing now is basically forgetting Hugo is behind him and focusing on Kane. Oh, another lockup.
Was that
I believe that
Ugo
was
there?
Kane.
That was Kane.
He's probably realized that Nazim's already 1.3 seconds behind him.
Starting to feel the pressure.
You can say that
And
again.
Ugo's not letting them get away. He's made up time as well. He's now only 1.8 seconds behind
Yeah,
car number 17.
he's just half a second behind Nazim. I think Ugo is going to do his same game plan that he did in race 2. Put pressure on the car and the car in second position and then make a move later on.
That could be a plan.
Like I said, it's a bit of tire management because the weather in Buriram is a bit cold. If they push too hard, then they don't build up enough heat in tires. That's when it'll go off.
So, just gone very wide there,
Whoa.
Nazim, into the end of the track there. Is that going to give an opportunity to Ugo at the turn 1?
Right now, the gap is stabilized, but Nazim has made up another 10th on Kane. That's 1.1 second now between the two of them.
And about 4/10 back to Ugo.
Daniel just dropped away. He's 2 seconds, full 2 seconds behind Hugo. And Ben has caught up to Daniel.
Oh, is this going to be a move?
Oh,
no,
nearly,
not quite.
nearly a move.
Maybe 1 or 2 more
But
laps.
he's going to get a good exit out of the turn 3. There you go. It's closed up a bit.
So we have 3 laps left to go, and as you said, they're closing in the gap. They're closing in the gap slowly and
I
surely.
believe Hugo's going to try to make a move. Look at that. He's really behind Nazim. He's got different entry, tighter entry. He's putting pressure on Nazim.
But Nazim's a seasoned driver. He drove the last year's championship, and he's already raced at Event 1 this year as well. He's got maybe more experience than the young Belgian.
Yes, as we know, it's only his first time in the Formula 4 Southeast Asia, the Miguel chassis and the Renault engine. He's only experienced different Formula 4 chassis, so this is a bit different, but he seems to be adapting well. Top 3 in the first 2 races, and at the moment, top 3. What's happened to the Grime brothers?
Well, Sam's back in 7th, and Ben is in his position in 5th position.
Okay, again, they're reaching the last corner. Ooh, bit of sideways action from Kane, and he's closed right up. Nazim is now half a second behind Kane. Kane's lost a whole second in the previous lap.
Ugo's still 4/10, though. He's kept it consistent. He's keeping up with Nazim.
Yes.
It looks like it's going to be on the last lap. Someone's
gonna crack. Wow. You can see they're running together, top 3. Ugo's pulled back. Nazim's pulled away from
Ugo.
a bit.
Yeah, I see that there.
Yeah, but Nazim's gonna lose speed exiting turn 3 because he took a tighter entry. Kane lost a whole second in the previous lap.
What happened there? So it's still very, very close now. We have 2 laps left.
Nazim plays his cards right. Could probably get alongside Ugo on the last 3. And wow, there you go.
Something's happening here.
Kane's being very defensive. He's losing speed there. They're now approaching turn 8. We should be ready for some action at turn 12.
Put yourself in Nazim's shoes. So what's your game plan? Where are you going to make your move? In the last corner?
At last corner. But he's got to keep it clean and get a good exit now. Let's see. Oh, he's lost a bit of exit speed. And Ugo tried.
They're very, very close coming into the last corner. And it's going to be down to the last lap between these 3. Last lap and maybe the last corner as well.
Corner. Here we go. Nazim's right behind. Ugo's behind Nazim as well. Things will get interesting at the turn 3 hairpin. Great exit from Nazim. Ugo as well. Down the hill. Oh, yeah, Kane's being very defensive. They're now on the dirty part of the circuit.
Nazim's coming outside.
Smart move is stays to the
right.
right.
It's 3 abreast.
3 abreast. Someone's going to lock up. Here we go.
Something's going to happen.
Oh, Nazim got pushed out wide.
Oh.
And Ugo's taken both of them.
Ugo's taken both of them into first, followed by, I can't tell, is that Nazim in second or is
Nazim
it Kane?
no, they're side by side.
They're still side by side.
But Nazim's gonna have a better line into turn 5. Here we go. Final lap.
So Ugo, Nazim, Ben, Kane.
The top 3 is basically reversed.
The top 3 is reversed. So what do you think happened to Kane there at the end? Is it the same as what you were talking about with Daniel? He just kind of lost the tires?
Yeah, we could see just now we saw some tire smoke. I believe Kane did lock up at turn 5 in the previous lap. And now Nazim's pressuring Ugo.
Is he going to make his move in the last corner, do you think?
See, Ugo always seems to have a better exit from this corner. This turn 8, I believe, 9. Oh, but Nazim's right on underneath his rear wing. Look at that, look at that.
Right.
Oh, they're alongside.
Oh, something's happened. I can see something's hanging off of Nazim's wing there.
Oh, Nazim's trying to take him on the outside the last corner. That's not going to happen. Checkered flag, checkered flag.
What's happened to Nazim? Oh, they're 3 abreast.
Oh, he just lost his front end wing plate. I think they touched. So who won? Ugo won, Nazim second, Kane third.
By 7 thousandths of a second there.
Yeah, but we're going to have to see it again because Nazim went over the white lines or not. That'll be up to the race stewards to decide.
So less than 2 tenths between first, second, and third, followed by Daniel Cao, number 55 from China, 5 seconds behind.
Carter made it up. Carter beat both Grand Brothers.
Ben in 6th, number 19, and Sam, number 33, in 7th.
That was an amazing final lap.
Yeah, right down to the last corner.
Last corner.
I couldn't believe 3 abreast at the last corner.
That was brave. That was brave.
That was amazing.
Even 3 abreast at turn 3. I mean, Nazim tried to defend from Kane. Sorry, Kane tried to defend from Nazim when Ugo took them both.
It was amazing racing. It really was.
Kane wouldn't be too happy with that. He was leading for 8 laps.
Daniel seemed to not have the pace maybe in this race. He's
what's his best lap time?
He's back from Kane quite a way back.
He didn't manage to break 142, whereas the top 3 guys were in the 142s. Nazim did the best lap though, 142.590.
About 200s ahead of Ugo there. So the drivers now, they're just doing their closing lap, their final lap. They go around one more time, and then they'll come in for the car podium, where we'll see Ugo celebrate, just coming into the pit lane now, followed by Kane and Z.
So Ugo has won 2 races today.
2 races. So we didn't get a chance to run through race 1. What happened there, Faisal?
So in race 1, Ugo, after qualifying yesterday in pole position, did a very bad start. He lost 3 positions in the first race, in race 1. So he went down from 1st to 4th, did a bit of a tangle at the first corner. However, more interestingly, 3 drivers actually crashed out on the first lap at turn 2. So we only had 4 finishes in race 1, won by Daniel, followed by Kane, Ugo, and Sam Grimes.
We can see Ugo celebrating there with his mechanic, his engineer.
And you can see his father recording.
Yes, in front there, shaking hands with Peter Thompson.
Nazim seems to be happy, finishing second after his DNF in race 1.
So we can see Nazim there talking to Peter Thompson, Chairman and CEO. All the drivers are going to have a good talk, a lot of talk about this event, see what's happening. You can see the mechanics now coming in, starting to look at the cars, make sure everything's okay, start to prepare for the next race.
As usual, they're doing some checks on the car, like tire pressures, tire temperatures, and the top Top 3 cars are usually scooting it again. They probably go on the weighing scale to check on their weight.
Okay, so we're going to finish up here now for race 3. We'll just quickly run through the results so everyone knows where we are. Ugo the Wild is in first place with in car number 27. Nazim Asman in car number 17 from Malaysia is second, followed by Kane Shepherd, number 3 in the blue car there from Thailand. Nazim, Ugo, Nazim and Kane had a serious competition in the last lap, and they're followed by Daniel, number 55 from China, Cutter, number 45 from Thailand, Ben, number 19 from the Philippines, and his younger brother Sam, number 33. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, have a great day.